Okay. So, are you tired of barely making ends meet while on the Ontario Disability Support Program? Do you want to take control of your money and take control of your money, break free from the disability poverty trap, and build real wealth? Well, you're in the right place. ODSP isn't the whole story, and it doesn't have to be the end of your financial journey. It If you're done scraping by and ready to build something real, this live stream's for you. If this sounds like you, I know it sounds like me, then welcome to Disable Wealthy. I right here on the Mini on Cam YouTube channel. I'm your host, Minnie St. Clair, and I'm so glad you're here for today's live stream. Now, I don't know if the audio is working, so let me check. Okay, good. I heard me. I'm good. So, for far too long, the narrative around disability and money has been one of scarcity, limitation, and simply surviving. Here on this channel, we believe financial empowerment, wealth building, and living a life of true freedom are not just dreams, they're achievable realities. It's about taking charge of our disabled lives, owning our decision making power, and building a future where we thrive. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on my own journey, sharing how I'm doing things differently as a digital business entrepreneur. My enterprise is multifaceted, and I'm a firm believer in the power of firm believer in building multiple income streams. My work as an adult webcam model is the central part of the strategy, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. I want to challenge the old narratives about work and disability and show you how a digital business can shake up the status quo, creating true financial stability and freedom. This live stream is all about my specific goal, achieving a consistent monthly income of 5,000 US dollars a month, working 20 to 30 hours per week as a live stream adult webcam model. Before we get into it, if you're finding value in these conversations and want to support the work we do here, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're watching live, you can support the channel by sending a super chat or a super sticker. Your generosity truly makes a difference and helps power more episodes of Disabled Wealthy. You can also be a generous sponsor or giver by scanning the QR code on your screen right now, which will take you directly to my Ko-Fi link. So let's dive in. Well, that was nice. So I'm Minnie St. Clair, and I'm doing all this stuff by myself. And I probably should wear my glasses to help because I'm a little bit of squinting at the same time. So let's get my glasses on. Um, okay, so we did welcome to the live stream. I'm Minnie St. Clair. Wait, it says Minnie on cam. Give me a minute. Um, Minnie on cam. Minnie St. Clair. I know some people call me Minnie on cam, and it's great because that started with an article I did for Why Not Cam. It was my interview article. So that's before or after I end up getting my domain name Minnie on Cam, and I now have to keep that domain name for life. So because it just makes sense. And then when I was a guest on the Dr. Vibe podcast live stream for 12 months, yeah, 12 months or so, um, I stuck with Minnie on Cam. It just made sense. But I've been Minnie St. Clair since 2007. And I've been Mini Cam Girl Mini since 2003. So I have a lot of things to do with the business. Which wait, section one? Oh yeah, we're on section one. My bad. For section one, which is we're not in that question yet. But yeah, so it's just part of the whole entrepreneurship journey for me of building my brand first as a webcam model. And then life happened. I became um, diagnosed first with bipolar disorder, PTSD, depression, and anxiety. And then I got on ODSP because of the depression, anxiety, PTSD first in 2011. But before that, I was on and off at Ontario Works while managing symptoms. Because there's a period of life you have symptoms of your mental health conditions, and then life happens. Some people just only live with a mental illness, like bipolar disorder and other psychiatric disorders. But for me, so I got in treatment for bipolar disorder. Right at the same time, I got approved for ODSP. The timeline for me is a little weird, but when I look at my emails and notes and medical records, um, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, I was doing everything back to back in the sense symptoms, going to my doctor because I found my doctor in 2004. And then she gave me the referrals for therapy because at the time we thought we were only managing with PTSD, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety. And between 2009 and then 2011, I'm seeing a psychiatrist, the GP psychologist, which is a general practitioner who's also a psychotherapist. Those ones are amazing in the sense they keep you on as a patient until they retire. And I had that therapist, psychotherapist, GP psychotherapist for 10 years. So 2010, 2011, I find the referral from my doctor to get a GP psychotherapist because CAMH psychotherapist recommended I have one, or the psychiatrist at CAMH recommended I have one. So then I ended up getting my doctor to get on it to find me one. We did. Luckily, we found one in the building of my family doctor. Like the level of luck, timing, and how things just work out for me. Yeah, that's God. That's not me. That is a higher power taking over to guide me in the direction that I need to go so I could be here today. And then 2013, um, I had symptoms of I couldn't move my left arm. I'm dropping plates, sharp shooting pain. I thought it was a pinched nerve. And then I also thought it was my scoliosis because of a curved spine that curves a certain way that I thought that's where it was coming from. Um, no, turns out that's multiple sclerosis, where the MRI scan said demyelation disease. Then I started seeing the neurologist. Then I went in a period of remission where I had no MS symptoms at all. But looking back at the whole thing, I had MS symptoms as a teenager. At one point, I couldn't move my leg, like I couldn't stand my left leg. That was on and off right until the point I moved out. So, like 16, 17, I'm having MS symptoms, and you would think my parents would be more active in getting a diagnosis to figure out what's causing it. But my mom said no to the MRI because it was my leg. They thought it was my knee. So they wanted to do a scope where they would do the, like, they would make an incision and put a camera in my knee to see what's wrong. They didn't do that because my mom said no. And being a teenager and you're a minor, when the family says no to your medical treatment or medical discovery for diagnosis treatment, like options, they decide. So this is also why, if you hear me talk about my journey, where I believe I saved my life the minute I moved out of my house because I was 18 and I had a full legal decision making power to take care of everything I needed, plus feed myself, find housing and a job. Luckily, I was still on family insurance until I was like 24, I think, where I'm in the dentist chair and the dentist is like, "How are you going to pay for this today?" And I said, "I don't know. Call my dad." And then I'm on Ontario Works, but at time, Ontario Works back then only did emergency dental. You didn't get regular treatment of dental. So I didn't get regular treatment of dental till I got on Ontario Works, and not Ontario Works, Ontario Disability Support Program. Ontario Disability Support Program does my dental checkups once every 9 months. Luckily, my teeth are pretty healthy. I floss, I brush, I have a power toothbrush, I floss, and flossing is very important. I used to like not like flossing, but I've learned to like flossing since they made flossing more accessible with the little handles, the flosser handles, and then the water pick. Um, so then now, what, 2 years now? Yeah, going on year two. Yeah, going on year two. I'm on the Canada Dental Care Plan that supplements the gaps of Ontario Disability Support Program, which is nice, which means I get to rotate the schedule of when do I get cleanings done based on my overall dental care plan. And the dentists, luckily, they were willing to work with me being on ODSP when I found them, like, I don't know, 2010, 2009. The minute I knew, so like ODSP at one point was only, their drug card wasn't attached to your health card. It was like a giant piece of paper that came with your statement in the mail, and they called it your dental, your health benefit card. I didn't know what it was. I always threw away that paper. Didn't know it was that till I was in some group therapy and I was asking, like, where is this dental thing? And then someone told me that it comes in the mail with your statement. I was like, oh, okay. I've been throwing that thing away the whole time. Now it's attached to your health card. Um, the dentist can log on their own separate portal and find it and then send billing to ODSP. Then they send billing to Canada Dental Care Plan. It's a lot more digitized and streamlined that I don't have to worry about bringing proof of assistance unless the referral for the physiotherapist. We had to do it for that because I found government funded physiotherapy. My doctor made a note because the whole nerve pain, like even now, my hands are numb. I don't know why they're numb, which means I can't tell the difference of hot and cold right now, which scares me. Um, so I end up having to, it's just a weird way to adjust the temperature. Just that. Physiotherapy, chiropractor, and then here we are today. So, and that, like, it's well, no, it's involved in entrepreneurship when you're an entrepreneur with a disability accessing Ontario Disability Support Program. For a second I thought they're separate. No, they're all included. Like, this is not a traditional entrepreneurship channel. Like, yes, I make money online, self-employed. I report all my income from taxes since 2003. Since most of my income comes from companies in the United States, I fill out tax form W8BEN. Then all income that comes in, it goes into my accounting software. And then we have to convert all the currencies from US currency to Canadian currency and then file income taxes on Canadian currency because you have to claim all income, foreign and domestic, on your income taxes. And then any monetary and non-monetary value claim on your income taxes. So like when Lovins was sending me products, I had to still claim that on my income taxes. Annoying, very annoying, in the sense that I had to, Lovins has a lot of sales. So I had to figure out what was the price of the devices they would send me, the chip activated Bluetooth toys, the retail value without the sale, claim that on my income taxes, add it as a credit to my account, and then put a note on there that it's for the Lovins Bluetooth interactive device on my income taxes. So I had to stop working with Lovins because of that. It was just causing me too much hassle. Like, yes, I love their products. Their products are pretty wonderful. But me working with them as a sponsor and all that, and then they're compensating me by sending me products. Nice, but honestly, just send me the cash. Like, just send. And I that motto also goes with working with nonprofits that does says they'll pay you an honorarium. Honorariums also has a weird issue in messing up my record keeping with Ontario Disability Support Program, in the sense that if you are paying me an honorarium and then the notes say honorarium in the documents, ODSP will say, oh, you have an honorarium. Then they exempt it under the gifts, voluntary payments, inheritance, honorarium part of the policy, which is what, 9.10 or 5.10? No, 5.10 is loans. 5.8. Here we go. It's in here. Um, and there's also treatment of income. Like it this is also why I want to exit off Ontario Disability Support Program, because I know too much in my head about being on it that I don't want to be on it. Let me see if I can find the words on a rare Riam honor. Why can't I find? Oh, maybe it's in treatment of income. Maybe they moved it. Gifts and voluntary payments may be given to any member of the ODSP benefit unit for any purpose. This will exempt for income up to a maximum of $10,000 for any 12-month period per member of the benefit unit. The 10,000 exemption. Let me show you as we find it together. Um, I know, and I have a whole outline of what I want to talk about, but I got sidetracked, and we're gonna finish this part. I don't need the thumbnail, but I may need the thumbnail for something else. Oh, maybe? I don't know. Okay. So share screen, camera, chat's open. People can ask questions. I'm still in section 1 of my notes, but I got sidetracked, and now we're on ODSP's policy for gifts and honorariums, because I was there talking about receiving compensation. If they're not paying me directly in dollars, in like dollars I can use to pay bills and buy groceries on my own without being tied into a gift card that's stuck at a company. Um, so the limit is $10,000, the maximum total allowable from all sources, including gifts, voluntary payments. For example, a recipient receives $10,000 from a trust or another from a trust, and another $10,000 a gift from uh, family and friends. Only $10,000 will be exempt. Oh, well, that's good to know, because I have a life insurance, and we're allowed 10,000. No, we're allowed $100,000 in life insurance. But then the way that you can de- receive income withdrawals from the life insurance, but I opened my life insurance as the policy holder. I'm not the beneficiary. I hate this. Why? Oh, okay. I need to make a separate video. What just happened? Um, yeah. So I think they moved treatment of income and then honorarium, wages, income, life insurance. We just talked about that. Um, but not in detail. Yeah, certain things I have to make a separate video in detail of what they are, because a lot of people don't know. Like dividends earned from a life insurance policy that are not otherwise exempt. See section dividends earned. Really? When did they? Oh, interest or dividend payment earned from capital trust are not otherwise exempt. See dividends earned. I gotta read that one. So it's because I plan to open a dividend portfolio as part of my FU money to exit off of Ontario Disability Support Program. Where's okay? Here I am. I was like, where did I go? So when I see dividends earned, it has me wondering, like, because that would be for the life insurance, but not for, because the dividend portfolio when it opens a taxable account, that falls under the asset exemption for $40,000. That's different from the interest earned and dividends paid into my segregated funds, because segregated funds are life insurance products. Yeah, there's a lot of things I have to remember that go with the entrepreneurship based on income, and see how I've been scrolling for a while in the Treatment of Income Policy Directive for Ontario Disability Support Program, and I still haven't found honorariums. Income from actual policy, annuity, segregated fund that is not reinvested into the policy, not used for approved related disability item, or applied to the purchase of principal residence as an exempt vehicle, first and last month's rent necessary to secure accommodations, are not claimed under the annual $10,000 exemption, is chargeable as income. Oh, okay. So when I take out dividends from my investments, it's income. Okay, that makes sense. We figured it out because I'm a policy holder. I'm a policy holder that owns the policy. I'm not the beneficiary that will be receiving the policy. My segregated funds is what I'm talking about. So because I own the policies and I own the accounts, I put my mom as a beneficiary as um, part of opening the policy so that I can invest in the policy. But the minute I take money out of it, so like, because it's my RSP, my TFSA, and the First Home Savings Account. So the minute I take money out of it as a normal financial product, they could see it as income, which means it'll reduce my benefits that I have from ODSP, which causes a whole hassle I don't want to go through. This is okay. I know. I went on again. I got sidetracked because this policy does that to me. Okay, where? Wait, is that dividend income? Oh, there it is. We'll go. Basically, I have to make a whole series on treatment of income, ODSP, for most of the things, not all the things, just most of the things in there, how they relate to my financial independence journey, so that I'm hoping it'll inspire you, the viewer who's also on ODSP or no family members or friends on ODSP, to help plan out their life so they don't feel stuck in this system. Um, this thing is so long. I was there looking for honorarium. Where is it? Okay, here we go. An amount up to $10,000 a 12-month period of the benefit unit in the form of gifts or voluntary payments for any purpose from any source. This includes monies from trusts, life insurance policies, honorariums, and windfalls. See, but this should be in gifts, voluntary payments. It used to be, but they moved it to income. If they should have, I don't know why they did that. Casual gifts of insignificant value, basic clothing, meals, occasional food purchases are also exempt. Okay, great. Now I get why people are getting gift cards all the time. Um, Honorariums are generally payment made to individuals to recognize services provided where a payment is not required. For example, a person may volunteer or be asked to participate on a committee and may receive an honorarium. In these cases, honorariums are considered voluntary payments and may be included in the $10,000 exemption for voluntary payments. Honorarium paid in a way that is similar to a salary to fulfill an obligation to compensate the recipient for services provided. Oh, are treated as employment income. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. So I did a presentation at March of Dimes. They pay me an honorarium. I sent the invoice August 7th, reporting period for income earned in July 2025 to my caseworker. I put in the notes it's a speaker fee. Yes, the email says they were going to pay me an honorarium, but I believe that's work. Fulfill an obligation to be compensated. The recipient for services provided are treated as employment income and not as voluntary payments under ODSP. In these cases, the usual earnings exemptions apply. Okay, good. This is good. This part here is good. All right, give me a second. I have to go for a little break. And post your questions in chat because we have a lot to talk about. Um, Okay, okay. So we're back. And okay. So we explained a very important part of entrepreneurship for me that affects me personally, like micromanaging executive function personally. And oh, good. Oh, that's nice. So I sometimes help peers to navigate ODSP, and this text message just came in at a perfect timing where they got their migraine medications approved and covered by exceptional access program. So now they don't have to worry about getting their prescription covered. It's already covered. And that's a higher quality of life for them living on Ontario Disability Support Program, navigating the system that we have. And no, I'm not going to go into full detail, explain the exceptional access program. But basically, whenever there is a prescription that you have that Ontario Disability Support Program health benefit says they will not cover, um, and it's something that you need regularly every day, like migraine medication, for me is my multiple sclerosis medication, your doctor has to fill out the form exceptional access requests and then send it into a different part of the Ontario government. And then they'll decide if they'll approve it or not. And even though the drug formulary for Ontario drug benefit, it's the same insurance plan there. And if you don't know, you feel like the cards are stacked against you. It's just the way the system is built. It's the way our tax dollars are being spent. And you're led to believe that everything is covered in Ontario Disability Support Program, but it's not actually coming from Ontario Disability Support Program. It comes from a different part of the Ontario Ford government. And if you don't know how to advocate or where to find it or where to access it, I end up having conversations with people that say they're also on ODSP, and then I ask them a bunch of questions. How this person needed migraine medication, and they said that ODSP was giving them a hard time not covering it. And I said, go back to your doctor and get the exceptional access program. And now we have good news, which I should have used the, where was it? The breaking news thing, because that was totally breaking news. Yeah, that was totally, wait, hold on. Where's me? Stop sharing. Yeah, that was breaking news. Where, wait, where is it? Full screen? No. Why? Okay, here we are. Yeah, that's breaking news right there. Me helping people navigate the system so that they can move forward in life and thrive, which nonprofits don't help you with this stuff. I have proof right there. Yeah. This is how I know this whole channel live stream thing is working. Um, and now I totally lost track where we were. Okay, so we're still in part one. This we're still in part one. That is funny to me. We're still in part one. Um, Okay, so we talked about receiving monetary and non monetary compensation. Then we talked about honorariums paid to me for obligations to be compensated for the reasons provided as treated as employment income and not as voluntary. I love that I read that because I just submitted the invoice record keeping to ODSP to report my income for July based on me being compensated for my presentation. And now I have receipts to give to my caseworker to make sure I get my $100 work related benefit at the end of the month. Um, See, okay, I'm going to close the policy because this thing is going to give me a migraine if I have it out on the screen open right now. All right, we're not there yet. Let's answer the question for question uh, this one. So, caption, it's on the screen. This one. So the question for this, ooh, I should probably wait, hold on, edit this one. The question, because I made slides and everything, but questions. So the question we're asking me is what led you to choose a digital business with multiple income streams, and how has your work as an adult webcam model become a central part of the plan for financial independence? Well, um, like I mentioned earlier, I've been a webcam model since March 2003 because I answered an ad in a newspaper to work in a webcam studio, and that took off my career. And we're in 2025. I'm 40 years old. I still work as a webcam model. I love the job, but I also learned that living with multiple sclerosis and bipolar disorder and aging, and the industry is different. Like the industry is different for content creating online. 2003, making content as a webcam model, adult entertainer with an adult website, that was the life. And then 2006 or 7, YouTube came into the mix, and then podcasting came into the mix, and then TikTok came into the mix. Um, then each of these social media platforms became a platform that you can monetize and earn an income. Then affiliate marketing was there for me in 2004, where I got my first affiliate marketing commission check for sending a website customers to the website. And then once the customers signed up and they spent money on the website, I got compensated what they called a paper sign up. I got $40 a sign up, or you could have did $40 of lifetime membership. So imagine if you're an affiliate marketer in early 2000s and you're sending traffic to webcam sites, and you are on the business model payout structure of lifetime commissions based on the customer spending. Some of these customers have been spending on websites for over 20 years, going on 30 years. So imagine Billy Bob joined your affiliate link, and they spend money on the webcam site, couple $100 every week. Every time they get paid, they're spending money on their favorite webcam model or different webcam models, because the industry changes a lot with different models all the time. Because that customer is tied to your affiliate link, every time they spend on that website, as long as that website stays operational, you get paid a commission. Then let's say you do 15 of them or 100 of them. That can add up to really, really good money to send Billy Bob to a website where he enjoys his entertainment in the comfort of his own home. And best part is, you don't have to do customer service. You don't have to do fulfillment. You don't have to do tech support. Everything is already set up. Your only job is to send the website customers. Each customer you send that becomes a converting paying customer, you end up getting money. So for the question of what led you for the path of financial independence to becoming a webcam model, well, with technology and the way it is in 2025, it is just a really good investment. Like, honestly, it's just a really good investment. I don't know how to describe that one. Um, okay, now my next question. Here, we're still in section 1. And then we're moving on to that. Did it work? Oh, it did. Oh, that's nice. Question 1. And then where is this? Ooh, right here. Okay. Okay, good. So this question: what are the biggest myth is the word I was confused. You've had to overcome both personally and professionally about being a person with episodic disabilities, working from home for 22 years and counting, webcam model, freelance writer, call center, customer service, consultant, coach, sales representative, transcriptionist. Okay, these are all the jobs I've done in 22 years, working from home, full time, managing my disability, and eligible for Ontario Disability Support Program my entire adult life. Now, there was a season I used to be able to work outside of the home full time and then come home and work webcam full time and still make it to work 8 o'clock in the morning. Madness. Straight up madness. That was before 2008. So from 2003 to 2008, I was working a lot of hours without saving any money. Just pure, I don't know, enthusiasm, ignorance. I don't know. Like if I was saving money from 2003, 2008, no, I wouldn't be eligible for social assistance, but I would probably have investment income to live off of while I manage my disability. And I just have to make sure I had insurance. And then when I got diagnosed with bipolar and then diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, the insurance could have paid me a lump sum for having a diagnosis. I could have had critical illness insurance. Like I have critical illness insurance now, but it's excluding my bipolar disorder and multiple sclerosis. It's covering stroke, heart attack, cancer, all the other stuff that could happen to you as life happens, which, you know, pray to God and knock on wood, they don't happen. But I now have insurance to cover those things that happen. And that insurance is covering me $47, $47.75, 47.75. I don't, let me put that number on screen because let's add it. Where is it? Because 47.75. Yeah, 47.75 is what I pay a month since 3 months now. March, I think. I have to check my bank account for that. But that's a lump sum payment of $75,000 for future diagnosis of health conditions, because there's like 27 or 26 that they cover. So if they exclude bipolar, multiple sclerosis, okay, I can take care of it because I'm already on Ontario Disability Support Program. And to think about insurance, at one point, my mom was paying for insurance, but then someone told her to cancel the insurance for me because they believe I'd be covered on Ontario Disability Support Program. And then I learned over time, no, that's not true. They should have kept the insurance because when I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, that insurance could have covered me because that insurance plan was a higher payout and a cheaper premium. It was a cheaper premium. It's like $30 or $20 or something a month. See, so I see family today for a barbecue. I'm gonna bring that up, just for fun fact information to the family. Uh, yeah, that I'm gonna do that because it just makes sense. We're still section one. Okay, right. But we're on question two. Oh, okay. So, biggest myth of overcoming. Okay, that is a myth. Oh, that is one. Me talk about insurance planning. So working, I'm learning. I've always known it was there, but now I'm actually putting it into practice. So I work for webcam sites since 2003. I'm now at the point it's no longer sustainable. I cannot meet the demands required to be a top performing webcam model or maintain a high level of performance based on the legal agreement code of conduct for one of the webcam sites. So in it, in the code of conduct was stream a performer accounts can be terminated based on performance level or quality. Performance should strive to maintain a reasonable performance level of time in paid chat and time online. That takes a lot of mental energy and also physical energy to be active online for 3 to 4 hours, sometimes longer, and going through periods of slow traffic times and high traffic times and being interactive and being enthusiastic. I cannot do that for 4 websites anymore. It took me a very, very, very long time to get to that acceptance, reality, and not feel bad about it like I'm letting somebody down, and the somebody I'm letting down is honestly, it's actually nobody. Real, I mean, like my fans, they'll find me. Your fans are very good at finding me when they want to spend money on me. So, but because I've been a webcam model since 2003, I am one of the first Black female webcam models in the industry, and it comes with this pressure to live up to some unrealistic expectation, thinking that you're worried about what other people think, when what other people think don't pay my bills or are there for me when I need to recover when I'm experiencing symptoms in my chronic health condition. Because with living with a disability, I go through periods of wellness and periods of not well that don't have a determined timeline of when they'll stop being unwell. And when I'm well, we don't know how long that I'm well to work 20 to 30 to 40 hours a week, managing an online business with multiple sources of income that seem to want 20 to 40 hours a week or more to maintain. Because it's not 9 to 5. I don't have an employer. Why do I have so breaking news on the screen? Yeah, I don't have an employer that says you work from 9 to 5. Oh, it's 12:30. Go take your break. I don't have that. I have to set it in my schedule by myself, which probably a good idea to put the schedule on screen. Um, this it? Yes. Okay. So this is a schedule that I've been working with for a very long time. I've tried to squeeze every inch of my work into the schedule. I cannot. I can't do it. And oh yeah, I have to do housekeeping and groceries and laundry and go to family functions and all, like doctor's appointments, medications, refilling my prescriptions, doing laundry, folding laundry. Some of these things I'm going to have to hire some people to help me, like a laundry service, grocery delivery, a chef. Um, I'm just gonna like, and to do that, I need to make more money in a sustainable way that I can pay for people to do the task that I physically am unable to do. Because you're looking at the schedule. This is two websites, just two websites. The blue is Stream 8, the pink is Fleur for Free. And then there's light blue and light pink for if I have the energy, I could work in that time slot. And then I stop working at 3 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, which is 12 p.m. Pacific Time, because of how the websites operate. Pacific Time for, actually, websites are global, but North American traffic roughly ends at 12 p.m. Pacific Time on an Eastern Standard Time schedule. Luckily, that stat since 2003, from the day I started webcamming till now, is still the same. So we're trying to operate in that schedule. Oh, chat. Hey, Guatemala. Oh, this spreadsheet, I do it every day. So here's the annoying part of spreadsheets for me. I work on them more than I actually do the work required in the spreadsheet. I hide in the spreadsheet. Every one of my spreadsheets is because I did not actually work the 20 to 30 hours of webcamming required. So imagine my spreadsheets take me 20 to 30 hours over 10 years of spreadsheets. If I was working the websites the way I should be, so if I was working 20 hours, 86 hours or 87 hours in a month, and I'm making $57 an hour, minimum 4 hour shifts, that's $230. This is supposed to be like equal up to $5,000 a month. I've wasted a lot of time, a lot of energy, procrastinating, catastrophizing, overthinking, overanalyzing on paper what I need to do for my job instead of actually doing for my job, because I'm trying to hold on to an image that no longer exists anymore, because I'm worried about what other people think. I'm tired. I'm done. I can't, even when I say it out loud, like I realized it was happening when I was working with a new coach, and he kept asking me this question over and over again. And it came up where, is it an excuse or a distraction for why I'm not off of Ontario Disability Support Program. Now, before 2023, if you earned any income on Ontario Disability Support Program, anything above $200 was not exempt. So the exemption was $200. Anything above $200, they claw back your disability payment by 50% on the dollar. I'm getting, where's that number? Is it here? Yes. I'm hiding another spreadsheet trying to find the answer. Um, where was it? This, that one? Okay, good. So here. So this spreadsheet, all right, I've been on an ODSP since 2011. So from 2011, any money I made, 50% of my ODSP check was cut in half. And I'm getting $1,064. That paid rent, that paid a week of groceries, internet, and my cell phone, the pay as you go cell phone. I had to switch cell phone packages and everything. And then I didn't work. This window before 2013, more likely people that were earning an income while on social assistance were earning cash income, and they would report some of it because of the way the policy lets you have gifts, cash, honorariums for other things. And it's pretty easy to say cash is a gift from somebody, friends, family, whoever, or a church that pays you in cash, or odd jobs that pay you in cash, like babysitting, dog walking, lawnmower. You can do that. It's only because the way the system is designed. Then they're like, oh, yeah, you can make $200 and keep your benefits. But $200 and keeping your benefits, you're only working 1 day a week if it's a job that's hiring you. And then to go through the process of getting job ready, and then job hiring you, then the job says, can you work part-time? And you're like, yeah, but it's only 1 day a week, which means you'll never go for the full-time position, which means you automatically eliminate yourself from getting promotions because you're only working 1 day a week. A lot of jobs don't want to invest that kind of time and effort into you if you're working 1 day a week. So, and then finally, 2013, here, they're like, oh yeah, let's let you make more money of $1,000. Now, disability system is based on your inability to work for an impairment of 12 months or more, unable to do a lot of daily tasks. They basically expect you to do nothing. They'll pay you almost nothing. And then anything else you need, want, is up to, maybe the government would give it to you. Maybe a charity has a budget planned out for it. Maybe a family to help you out with it. Maybe there's like, it's just so many maybes that causes so much ridiculous amounts of stress that you're wondering how you're supposed to survive on it. Now that you can make $1,000 a month, okay, you can probably work, what, 3 days a week? Maybe, not really, 2 days a week. Like it's just this weird calculation. If you're working for an employer and you're earning up to $1,000, what does that look like? Oh yeah, and these extra numbers here on my spreadsheet. So like this 1,400. Yeah, and it's designed so like if you watch the live stream of me with Allison Hayes, it's a lot of bias, ableism, judgment, internal shame, um, the way able-bodied people kind of don't like disabled people, that creates a problem. It creates a huge problem. And the rates, like the Policy Act 1997, the Policy Reform Academic Journal that I found, was studying the American disability policy from 1970, and then the Americans made the disability policy from stats in 1950. We're in 2025, and index to inflation has started in 2022 for Ontario Disability Support Program. Ontario Works does not index to inflation. Just saying it, I'm exhausted. Don't even know if you understand. I live this every day. This is why we're an hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm only in question two. I'm only in question two. I can't even. I can't like. I hate when people ask me questions as if it's like a simple answer for like my business or my health condition. Like, and honestly, some of y'all are asking questions that I get. Like, I'm happy for the curiosity. Yes, but you're expecting it to be a simple answer as if I'm a healthy person. I'm not. I can't feel my hands all week, like numbness and tingling from my fingertips to the palm of my hand, up to the back of my arm, up to my neck. And I have to go make an appointment on Monday to my doctor to find out, do I go back on B12 shots? Do I do an x-ray, MRI? Do I go to the neurologist? Do I go back to the neurophysiologist? And the neurophysiologist who read my MRI scan notes since 2013 can't find anything wrong with me, which means I can't always use my hands to full 100% function, which means that record of my medical condition gets added into the application for the disability tax credit because I have a daily function that limits my ability of feeding, laundry, taking care of myself, reduced drastically. You able-bodied person who can use your hands and build and carpentry and like lift things and carry, y'all don't have to worry about when your hand doesn't work. Or if I'm washing dishes and the water's too hot, I don't feel it until I get burned on my hand. Oh, and because I still function like well-ish enough, I don't qualify for the government to send me a personal support worker to do the things I know I have a hard time doing that I can't do unless I hire a private PSW, personal support worker, from a private agency to come in for minimum 3 hours a day when I hire them to do it. So, yeah, it's kind of like it's designed for you to fail. Yeah, it's built that way. The minute you become unable to work, accessing short-term disability, long-term disability, government disability, any other supportive disability programs, it is designed to make you feel like you're going insane. I won't let it. We're going to kill the what mythological creature we're dealing with. All of them, honestly. Yeah. It's designed. Yeah, it is. It's totally designed in a way that it thinks you're going to fail. And like, yes, I made a plan how I can make more money and exit off a disability, but a lot of things have to go completely 100% right for it to happen. Like, we're expecting, like, when the stars are aligned in sci-fi fantasy movies. Like, I'm watching Vampire Diaries and they can only do certain magical rituals based on full moon, um uh comet comet meteor shower, northern lights, so any celestial events, full moon, and only one Pacific witch in their town can do the ritual because she's a descendant of a different witch from 2,000 years ago. I like how me binge watching Vampire Diaries is actually making sense right now. So if you watch Vampire Diaries, Bonnie Bennett is the witch in town, and she's the only one that can do the big magical rituals for all their chaotic drama in the entire series. Yeah, all of them. From her, and then her aunt, her grandma, her mom, and then her descendant from 2,000 years ago. Otherwise, everyone falls apart. So yeah, me exiting disability operates in that way. My income has to be sustainable. My assets, either my income or my assets, will push me off of disability benefits. I could get an inheritance from my family. Well, it's on Amazon Prime right now. I don't remember watching it when it came out, but I feel like I watched the last season when it was on television on the CW. I did watch originals and legacies, but now that I'm watching Vampire Diaries, I understand the stuff I didn't know in legacies that come from Vampire Diaries, that are some of the originals. Yeah. And I watched legacies twice, and I think I watched the originals twice, but for whatever reason I wasn't interested in watching Vampire Diaries until now. And now it all makes sense because I now understand how the Gemini twins in legacies exist, and the merge. I fully understand the merge. Yeah. Yeah, so that is what we're doing. um we should probably go on to the next question, which, where are my captions? uh this question I have now. Wait, hide, show. That's the question. We're still in section 1, but it has, but I don't have it. Oh, okay. um so I planned out, okay, I planned out the questions with ChatGPT, but ChatGPT has this annoying thing of adding in side hustle, gig economy, and yeah, it. I don't do that. I don't have a side gig. It's 22 years working from home full time with an online business the minute I turned 18 years old. And luckily the websites I still work for are still operational the minute I started working. And then YouTube came in and TikTok came in, and affiliate marketing was always there, like ClickBank and ClickFunnels, JVZoo. There's a bunch of affiliate networks that work with a lot of company brands. Like Best Buy has an affiliate program, Old Navy has an affiliate program, Capital One has one. Like, if you have your free credit report on Borrowwell and then you apply for a credit card inside of Borrowwell, that's how Borrowwell makes their money. So they offer you a free credit report, then they email you nonstop credit card offers or lending offers of car loan and personal loans, installment loans in that. But each time you apply and you get approved, they get paid. So they may get paid like $80 a commission because you got approved. Like, you don't know the full funnel out of it. But if you were smart, working, being on the internet, build a website, promote products and services that you believe in, that have an affiliate program, you could make good money. And it could be good money that replaces all of your already side hustle part-time jobs you're already doing, which is what is for me in the seasons that I'm well. So from 2003 to 2008, I was making 5,000 US dollars a month from home, and I never left my house. And I only left my house to check the mailbox when checks were in the mail from multiple websites that came in. And I still have some of the pay stubs. Hold on. this this folder is all my pay stubs in this folder. So yeah, see, this is 2020 original pay stubs. Trying to make sure which ones are pay stubs and which ones are not other stuff. 2019, 2010. Which was this? 2018. No, that's something else. Okay, so yeah. Oh, this one's perfect. Oh, it still has it. Okay, so the receipt is from Money Mart. So the check would come in the mail, and because the banks put USD checks on hold in your bank account for 15 business days, I don't like that. I want my money now because I worked so hard to make it. I would go to Money Mart and cash the check. So this one, the check was $50.69 face amount. Exchange rate at that time was 1.299485. Check amount became $64.86. Money Mart item fee was $9.82. Then I got $55.04. They rounded up the penny. So then I got $55.05. I used to cash my checks at Money Mart. Every week, these little things would come to me in the mail. Um, yeah. And then ODSP needed records of it. So then I had to scan all of these and send them to my caseworker because they wanted original copies of the checks. This is $103.91. This one's $72.20. Yeah. So 2017, I'm in my disability office, and the caseworker's like, make copies of your receipts, all your pay stubs. Is it this folder? Yeah, this folder. Yeah. So they told me to go to their computer center to copy them, and I do, but I have a lot of them. Then two women decide to hover over me and follow me everywhere I go between the copy machine and the table that I had all my stuff laid out in order of me scanning them because my caseworker wanted copies of them. These two women decided to get mad at me for using the copier or the printer. I have every motivational reason to not be on Ontario Disability Support Program because of their bias, judgment, racism, ableism, discrimination. Oh yeah, we can swear on YouTube. Fuckery. That I don't have to do once my income and assets reach a sustainable level or my investment portfolio in the broker taxable account exceeds $40,000 of assets. This is why I had to rearrange my schedule to make it sustainable, flexible, and a little bit of like, let's go beast mode hustle 80 hours a week because websites are paying me a lot of money. I'm getting a lot of commission. If I can hustle out for 2 or 3 weeks, then a lot of my money would go into savings and investing. So then when I reach above the limitations of the Ontario Disability Support Program, they can tell me that I'm no longer eligible and then we can have a party. And I will probably have open bar. So just say it. I'm going to have a little bit of open bar party when I reach that limitation and I exceed their limitations. And I also realize, so like health insurance, disability benefits, all that. The government has them. You have to be eligible to access them. As long as I'm on Ontario Disability Support Program, all the other parts of the health insurance industry I don't access because of pre-existing conditions, my income level, and the fact that the insurance industry doesn't like to cover prescriptions that are already covered from a different insurance company because it's how they exclude you. So when you're healthy and you have your insurance, health insurance from your employer or health insurance because you paid out of pocket, keep it for the rest of your life. I can't even explain to people how, if you're healthy and you're looking at me like I should be healthy, I'm not. Don't look at me like I'm healthy. I'm not. I'm not. But I know for you, if you don't make sure your insurance is in place and have a high emergency fund with savings in it, and then your growing investment portfolio that pays out dividends and stuff like that, you could be SOL and up a creek with a big paddle that a waterfall is coming down on you that you can't survive. I don't know how many, I don't know why people looking at me when I'm coming off of government assistance. When my life fell apart in 2008, where were you then? Honestly, where the fuck were you then? It's been long. I've been on for like 90 minutes. I could swear. YouTube has this rule you can't swear in the first like 7 seconds of the video. Nah, man, I waited. I waited a long time. Um, yeah, I planned it out. I know what it is. It's not a side hustle. Yes, it's a gig economy thing in the sense that every website I work for, I'm an independent contractor. Like, I'm not an employee. I'm not guaranteed hours. I'm not guaranteed income. In the sense, like, minimum wage is $17.20 an hour right now for Ontario. And then if I had a job that would pay me that, great. But it's also based on the assumption I could work full-time hours and not have issues with my disability. The annoying part is getting a workplace to understand I have an episodic disability, that if my hands don't work and they want me to be on the customer service file or move to me a different department, and if I have to type on their computer, my hands spaz and they twitch if I'm working on a client's file and it's very important and all this stuff and compliance and all that, and I twitch and type the wrong button, I can screw it up. It's already happened here, and I'm only typing out like stuff, notes for my own live show or emails for people, getting myself like booking on like just naturally meet what I need to do for my business. I can't afford to have that happen in a job, and a job is not going to put up with it. No matter how, oh, we're trying to accommodate you, but you're like you're ruining up a customer client's file. No, it's just not going to work. So, hold on, Guatemala, my bad. Um, Were you able to explain something on potential inheritance? Will you consider putting it in a trust or so it's not over eligibility? The thing about trust, I read it earlier. I don't know if you saw it. Um, it's annoying. And this is why it's annoying. Um, okay, here is Ontario Disability Support Program, the policy table of contents. Assets, life insurance, funds held in the trust. So if there's a trust fund that I'm the beneficiary of it, where I get inheritance out of it for my family, it can't go over $100,000 while I'm on ODSP. But I also have my own policy as a policy holder owner, my segregated funds of my RSPs, TFSAs, first home savings account that I opened by myself, that also can't go over $100,000. And then if there's two of them, the total amount is $100,000. So let's say grandma wanted to give me $100,000 inheritance and she put it into a trust fund. Yes, great. But then that means me personally, when I'm able to, and I'm working in my business and there's income coming in, I can't invest in my own assets aggressively in the way I want to because of the stay below the limit, which means I have to move everything else of funds held in a trust. I have to move it to my registered disability savings plan. But the available room right now for my registered disability savings plan is $175,000, which is this spreadsheet. Hold on. Where's that spreadsheet? Share this tab. Yeah, 177 $525 is my total contribution room for my registered disability savings plan. So if grandma gives me $100,000, I have to move $50,000 to my registered disability savings plan. Then I keep the $50,000 in the trust fund. Then I'm still trying to make sure that, wait, no, it's 100 total. Never mind, I already exceeded it. I wouldn't be able to invest in my life insurance. Actually, no, you could, because RDSP's registered disability savings plans are exempt, 100% exempt, but the limitation of 200,000 lifetime contribution room is the federal government. This is also why I don't like these questions, because it's more than one government controlling my income and assets. this is this this is why I get upset with the question. Like, I like the question. It's a great puzzle like it gets my brain thinking and planning. But I'm locked into the federal government disability program, disability tax credit, Canada disability benefit, registered disability savings plan. Then I have to follow also the rules over at Ontario Disability Support Program, funds held in a trust, life insurance, registered disability savings plan, treatment of income, treatment of assets, self-employment. What happens if I get married? Like, back to the table of contents. Yeah. So like this is just assets, treatment of real estate. Like I'm allowed two properties on ODSP if I can prove the second one, including the interest in the principal residence, that's exempt. A number of assets are exempt, including a person's interest in a principal residence of a portion of the building that is used as a principal residence, as well as an interest in one other property that the director deems necessary for the health or well-being of the benefit unit. I'm the benefit unit, my health and well-being, the director is the caseworker. Any interest in property owned by a member of the benefit unit that is neither the principal residence nor needed for health or well-being will be considered an asset unless reasonable efforts are made on a continuous basis to sell the property. So you're out there working your able-bodied life. You decide to go out there and do the whole, I want to be a landlord and have rental property. And then you become disabled, and then your whole life falls apart. You apply for Ontario Disability Support Program, and applying for Ontario Disability Support Program can also happen when you're waiting for your long-term or short-term disability to kick in. And then when it kicks in, ODSP will claw back, usually dollar for dollar, what you get from CPP, short-term disability, long-term disability, then determine how much they gave you from Ontario Disability Support Program. This is also why just be wealthy, just be ridiculously wealthy. Like I can't everything points to be rich. Just just do it. Okay, we answered the question about Henson Trust. That's the section 4.7 life insurance. No, 4.7 funds held in a trust, ODSP. And it's different from Ontario Works, which I'm not on Ontario Works, but I read Ontario Works' policy over there. They treat trust fund life insurance differently, where most of that policy over there doesn't see it as an exempt asset like Ontario Disability Support Program does. And the difference is they acknowledge that people with disabilities have higher expenses and it costs more money and it's expensive to live with a disability, but they also don't give you the flexibility to actually plan it in full without restrictions. Like how me having multiple sclerosis, if it progresses where I need a wheelchair, that thing could cost the same as buying a Honda. And I thought, no, it can't be $30,000 for a wheelchair. Yeah, it can. And even though there's a assisted device program in the Ontario government that would cover some of it, it's a wait, let me find it. It's like a 70% assisted device program Ontario. They don't cover all of it. It's 75%. Okay. Mobility aids here. Um Apply for, who qualifies. Types of coverage. Where is this? I saw the 75. Oh, here it is. How much is covered? I was like, where is it? Um, all right, we don't need that one on the screen. We did answer the question about heads and trust. We did. Now here. So yeah, me having multiple sclerosis, I have balance issues. My right leg gives me all the problems, like my hands do, where it's numb, it's tingly. I walk like I have a peg leg pirate thing going on. It's very uncomfortable. So if I end up needing a wheelchair, the assisted device program will be billed 75% of the cost of my aid, the mobility aid, and then the remaining 25% is my responsibility. There is a program in March of Dimes that would cover it, and I think Multiple Sclerosis Society of Canada would cover it, but Multiple Sclerosis Society Canada might not cover it because I'm on Ontario Disability Support Program. So because of here, getting 100% coverage, ADB covers 100% of the costs if you receive financial support from one of these programs, Ontario Disability Program. But this is part of the medical necessities form. But I also don't want to be on Ontario Disability Support Program because I don't want to deal with my caseworker. So, and I don't want to go into the office. Like the office literally smells like rotten flesh. I don't know. It. No. And then all of these things, I know myself. Who's gonna help me with it? Oh wait, the family I'm supposed to see today? No, no, they're not going to. Which means I have to hire my professional executor to do it. So, okay, what question we move on to? Oh, we got the question. Oh, we did. Wait, did we? It just says question 2. Oh, I moved something. What did I do? Oh, okay. It did something weird. Okay. So we entered that question, leveraging skills. Yeah, you see me leverage my skills right now. The question was, what skills from your previous experience? It does. Have you been there? I mean, I'm talking about the office downtown. I remember the office in East York. That one's in the middle of nowhere. The one in East York, but the one in East York was Ontario Works office, not the ODSP office. At one point, ODSP offices and Ontario Works offices were in separate locations. And then when they digitized a lot of the systems, they made most of the offices one location for both. But then, because the Ontario Works is $733 a month, 300 and something out of that is shelter. 599 from ODSP is shelter. So how are you supposed to live on $599 for shelter or 300 and something from Ontario Works to find shelter in 2025 where the average rent cost is Ontario 2,109. Yeah. Yeah. So like I have to escape this purgatory as fast as I can. Also a reference from Vampire Diaries, the Phoenix Stone. Yeah, yeah, that is so true. Wait, no, I'm on that episode now. I don't know if they can escape yet. Wait, oh, Legacies. Wait, no, the Golem. Well, no, he let right. You can't escape the Golem, but I don't know about the Phoenix Stone. This is how I manage the stress. I watch fantasy sci-fi TV stories with mythological stories that all relate to real life when you really look at it. Yeah, Legacies, they escaped. And then I'll find out on Vampire Diaries if they escape. I mean, that's, I don't know yet, phase with the Vampire Diaries. But I know they escape in Legacy, so I'm hoping it's the same outcome in Vampire Diaries. Because I need an escape exit. I totally do. Um okay, that was property. Go back to there. And then, oh, we can kind of move to section 2, but I've been on for almost 2 hours. But 30 minutes of that was just me getting ready for the live stream. Yeah. And Guatemala, you have been fun in chat. If you're still here, that would be great. It's a show on stream. Oh, yes, Guatemala, you have been in chat the whole time. I think, yeah, there's only, it's only you. There's no other person on the leaderboard for interacting on the live stream, which is great. Because I remember Guatemala, you were on the first live stream I did a couple weeks ago, which ended up being 3 hours. I mean, I could go that long, but I want to take a nap before I go to my grandma's house because I did not sleep with my CPAP machine last night, and um, I don't know how long I'm gonna make it at my grandma's. Especially like my symptoms are activated, and the symptoms are activated because we're in a heat wave, or at least we were getting a heat wave, which you might still get a heat wave. Yeah, I remember. Where did the weather say we're getting a heat wave? Okay, 27 degrees. Oh, the high is 31. Yeah, I'm not going to make it. Multiple sclerosis in heat does not work. It does not. And I don't think my grandma's place has air conditioning. So I have to nap so I have the energy to be there for 2 hours. Then I got to deal with my mom. She has this weird way of ignoring my health condition completely because the way she responded to my fingers have been numb all week, and I'm not sure how long I'll be at the. She felt disappointed, like I'm gonna like disappoint her. At this point, I don't care. Yeah, I will. And then I have to go buy my granddad a card for his birthday, so we're gonna do that. Um, but also, I could probably get away with sleeping at my grandma's house if I can get comfortable, and if I have the Wi-Fi to listen to my audiobook while granddad watches some sports on TV, because that'll end up happening. I know that much. And as long as they don't need me to do anything, I'll just let them know that my hands are not functioning. Can I not do any? I'll drop. Because, like, my grandma has this patio furniture that has this crystal glass tabletop. And I was there trying to open a bottle of beer and I was struggling. And she was worried about me breaking her tabletop versus what's happening with me that I'm struggling to open the bottle with the beer opener, where I felt like I should just drop the thing and break it. Because if I have to like pay attention to not break your crystal tabletop patio furniture because my fingers are numb, I have weakness in my arm, I have balance issues, and I'm trying to open the bottle opener and my hands couldn't do, and then the bottle was cold. Really? I can't. And that's like the most normal able-bodied task you could do is have a cold beer, open it with a bottle opener, and enjoy. But my hands were giving out so bad, and nobody said, "Are you okay?" Not a person. I don't know. Well, I mean, if they see this live stream, you know what? This is a conversation you don't have with me that you should be having with me, but you don't have with me because you don't want to deal with it. Just love you. It's just, we did talk about my $5,000 goal, which was in the calendar spreadsheet. I did break it down. We did, but the hours, the 20 to 30 hours and 40 hours is flexible. where I have to make minimum $230 every 4 hours. And if I work 40 hours, I make 115 after four. Everything's based on a 4 hour shift. But I didn't break it down. I didn't divide that before. Wait, no, that's the hourly rate. The 28.85 an hour after 4 hours should be 115, right? Times four. Yeah. Okay. Because, and then there's no guarantee I'll make that income. It's a high probability I will make that income based on billing rate and commission structure of the webcam sites. And also no longer trying to prove myself that I can work 4 websites at one time. I can't. I'm only working 2, and I'm picking the most lucrative, incentivizing websites to work on to achieve my goal. So it's achievable and faster. Because I live streamed 3 hours last night. I made $6.04, but $6.04 US dollars, which ends up being, where's the other spreadsheet? The $6 that I made is $8.31 Canadian. Because the exchange rate, $1 US is $1.38 Canadian. So this is also, if you're wondering why my webcam for 22 years and counting, this is why. Yeah. And I get one of the companies pays me to travel to very tropical locations, and I really love them for that. Okay, so I know I had a whole thing of like, so the part of the live stream was to go over, well, we did section 2. It has 4 like numbers, 20 hours a week. Oh, the bank account question. I'll do the bank account question next live stream. Let me write that down. So how do I organize my small business with the 5 bank accounts profit first system, and then how I manage my personal finances with a 3 bank account system? I will do that next week. Well, not next week. No, next week. That's true. Next week, I have a guest, Patrick. Patrick will be here. Patrick is also on Ontario Disability Support Program. He is investing in his registered disability savings plan. His YouTube channel, I should probably put that, is a disabled investor. Make sure that's his YouTube channel. Eh. He does a DIY investing style for his YouTube. Um, which is very different than my style of investing. I'm more of mutual funds, ETFs. I try to invest dollar cost averaging, and I work with a financial planner, and we check in with my investment portfolio every 6 to 12 months, depending on what I want to accomplish or just to understand with my portfolio, like a parent teacher night, doing a student evaluation type of thing. But wait, I had it there. So yeah, that did. So Patrick will be on next week. I also have to shorten the script notes I made for Patrick being a guest on my live stream next week because it's too long. So I'm going to have to get AI to make the questions shorter and to the point. Also, it'd be nice to have another human who is also navigating Ontario Disability Support Program to lift themselves out of poverty, because I'm sick and tired of it. I don't know if you paid attention to what's going on here. I have too many things that I juggle that I don't want to juggle no more, and I have to do by myself. And it's very, very tiring. It's just the most exhausting thing that could happen for being on disability benefits, where I don't want to do it. I, and like, let's say I was gonna have like a friend or family help because they don't stay up to date with it. They don't stay involved with it. I have to get them caught up on what I've already done, then what I'm doing next, and then how I'm doing it. And no, you can't borrow money from me. And no, you can't like I can't travel for 6 months out of the time like some of my family members are doing right now. Because Ontario Disability Support Program says I have to stay in the province every 30 days to access the benefits that they currently provide for me. And if I'm out of the country for 31 days, they need to know why. And I have to explain it to them and report to them like I'm a child instead of a person in my 40s who's a full grown adult that has to plan for retirement. And maybe I date in my 40s and go find a spouse, which can't really happen as long as I'm on the Ontario Disability Support Program because of what the policy says about spouses. And we will talk about that another week because next week we're going on section 2, bank accounts and stuff for my business, and then investing for the future. So yeah, let me put a note here. Next live stream, that would be, so it's not next week, it would be August 23rd. Okay, so put that in there. August 23rd. And then next week is Patrick, my guest. And then we'll go back on my financial journey. Okay. Huh. I, 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 I now have an idea of how to make these notes and my whole script planning for the live stream. So this has been fun. Um, it now says 2 hours and 1 minute. So I'm going to go. I will see you on the next one. See you next week. I'll bring on Patrick as disabled investor, and you'll have another story of someone who's on the journey to become disabled and wealthy, lift themselves out of poverty, and tell the government to suck it because we have too many assets. So, thank you all for tuning in today. I hope this conversation has shown you that financial empowerment is absolutely within your reach, no matter your circumstances. Remember, this isn't just about managing benefits. It's about empowering yourself to thrive, not just survive. It's if you found value in this conversation, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss another episode. Which I do I have one? Well, I don't have a welcome button, but it's fine. And if you're watching the replay and found this helpful, you can send a super thanks. So after you're watching the replay, there should be a button that says supers. You can send that or scan the QR code and buy me a coffee so that every dollar in buy me a coffee goes into the budget in the budget videos, and it goes where it needs to go to help me exit off Ontario Disability Support Program, because the buy me a coffee is income that I put in the budget that I have to report to ODSP, because all of this is work in the business that gets reported so that I can move forward and make my financial dreams a reality. And we got